Before you laugh at me and skewer me in the comments, yes, you can have that urbanist lifestyle with walkability and transit with, of course, relative affordability.
So there's a bit of a catch.
The recent drop in interest rates gives you, the urban relo enthusiasts, a little bit more optimism. In today's video, top 10 large cities, I'm going to break down affordability, relative affordability, and compare median incomes in each of the cities to show that affordability and living in the city is just like peanut butter and jelly. Is obviously there's a lot of large cities. Of course, in order to be from an urbanism tilt, you're going to have walk, transit, and bike score of at least 80 and above. Now, folks, there may be some cities that are like 75. I'm going to try to get it as close to 80. Then, of course, I'm going to be using that median income, right, to kind of gauge the housing affordability. And also, I'll show you some homes that are probably a little bit above. Keep in mind, of course, to take note before we continue with the video, you may need two incomes. It's just the reality to be able to afford the home, but I'm going to take that median income for a solo individual, compare it using Redfin as a source of homes in each of these cities, and hopefully all 10 of them will be, again, have relative affordability.
By the power of Grayskull. And of course, ChatGPT. I was able to pull about 30 cities by population. And from that good sample size, good folks, I'm going to come up with these 10 cities with urban neighborhoods, right? Because everything is local. Real estate is local to really help you make a great relocation decision. So wait till the end to see number one, but in no particular order, let's start with Baltimore. So here, 215. So now the median pricing here for Baltimore, 58,000. And 33% of that is what we're using. Remember, 240 K, this property on Scott. It's located in Pigtown, which is a fantastic area. You have where the Ravens play. You have where the Oriole Park is at. So it's strategically located right in the city. 1456. That is amazing. That's actually less than when the property was for rent, which was 1800. So this is a great 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Portland at 81,000. Of course, a little bit higher, a lot of tech focus there. 529K. Old Town Chinatown, which is next to the Pearl District in the city proper, 1957. Not bad. Again, 20% down, folks. There's going to be some variables with insurance and taxes, but 1945, 820 Nateo. You can see close to the Pearl District and the transit. You're surprised here, folks. Detroit made my list here. 36,000, obviously, right? You're going to be living in downtown Detroit. You see here 460,000 median. So you're going to need more income. If you're going to be living there, you're going to have more income, either individually or as a couple. Very walkable area here in downtown Detroit. 295, I found a property, 1-bedroom condo, beautiful condo. 2141, right? A little high on the HOAs. So obviously that's a value you can probably adjust. So Detroit's making a renaissance. It's a revival. Found another property here too on John, 249. So it's kind of like a rebirth. It died and now it's rebirth. There's really, really great things happening in Detroit. You should keep that on the radar. And this equated to an $1,800 a month mortgage payment. Beantown, Beantown was going to make the list here. 79,000 median income. I mean, it's a super walkable transit, bikes. It's just very, very expensive, very, very competitive. $600,000, 1-bedroom that's pretty insane, folks. But it crosses off all the check marks as far as for the urban dweller around. You have an awesome location. This is in South End, $3,900 a month is the payment. Manageable HOAs. DC is the place to be. Some people say that this is the best one of the best transits in the U.S. There's a median income there, 617,000. Of course, also it's just as competitive as Boston. I found a property here. Look at that. 98 Walker's Paradise, 99 bikes, 85 very good with the transit. One bedroom, a little on the small side, but you're going to be spending most of your time in a location outside anyways, so you need a place to sleep. Great HOAs, manageable payment here. Listen, overall great vibe. It could be number one in a lot of lists, but I have it here in my top 10. If I've been serving that almighty YouTube algorithm god properly,
Algorithms!
You, the viewer, is looking for a relocation, specifically an urban relocation. Therefore, you're really going to need a trusted advocate. You probably know what creature comforts you want, but you need that trusted advocate to find you the right place, neighborhood, and city. So, what I have here is the Agent Referral Questionnaire. It's very simple. Answer a couple of quick questions, and let's schedule a time and date convenient for you to have a very quick discussion to kind of see where your wants and needs are. And then through my extensive network of referral partners through just about every place at 85,000. Denver is kind of going through, an insane amount here, of course, is the median income. Denver is one of the top as far as economies. It is booming, booming, booming. And while a lot of people are going out to the surrounding areas, there is still activity going on here in the city. But that's something to look out for. So if you're looking for higher wages and you're an urban dweller, Denver should probably definitely be on your list. And the property I want to highlight here is located here in the city proper of Denver. Over here on Curtis, 389, 500, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's nice. It's kind of like a loft-like a property. The sizing is a little bit small. So here is your payments. Just under 2,500. Remember, I'm just doing a refresher, 33% of the median income we're taking here. And don't forget DTI, so debt to income. Debt obligations are also going to be factored in. So as you saw here, I can definitely recommend a great lender. You fill out that questionnaire that you just saw in the previous segment, and I can connect you with a real estate agent that has a preferred lender list. This property here, 444 17th. Look at that walk score, transit, biker. That's almost a paradise. This is more of a condo. This is a 1-bedroom, a couple $100 less, which is good. And the transit isn't that bad in Denver. So, of course, you just may have to deal with snow, but then the next day it could be 50 and sunny. Seattle could be the most competitive market in the US of A. $845K median pricing here in August 2024. Here's the median income, of course, which is elevated, which is good. There's a lot of tech jobs there. So definitely wages are very, very good in Seattle. And 18 days median market time, things are going very, very quickly. And the property I wanted to highlight here, $395K on Broadway. Ooh, it's almost kind of like a studio. That's a studio, for example, in Chicago, size-wise. But the pricing's pretty good, and you're really paying for location. I don't think you're necessarily paying for the property, although the property is very, very nice. That's just something, if you're an outdoor person, of course, minus a lot of the rain there, then Seattle should be on your radar. Surprise, surprise. Probably thinking that Columbus would be on this list, but it is one of the hottest markets according to Zillow. And while there isn't transit, it's a relatively newer city, at least in the city proper. There is bus system, and of course there's walking and bike scores. Very, very good pricing, although in the hot areas, just like in a lot of U.S. neighborhoods, that pricing is elevated. So what I was able to find here in the city, look at that, very walkable, very, very healthy bike score. Transit, as I said, they're getting there, but you see the area here. You got the convention center. You have items going on there in the city. Great little kind of cute condo here, only $229K, under $1,800 per month. This would be a great, probably like kind of in town, I imagine. Maybe if you're living out or if you got family out in the burbs of Columbus, and you want to find something in the city. The second property here on Chestnut, again, very bikeable, very walkable, very nice kitchen. Check out that kitchen in there, and look at that, 1 bedroom, 2 bath, almost 1,200, or excuse me, 1,100 square feet. Reasonable pricing monthly. The city of brotherly love. Of course, Philadelphia is going to be here. 275 median income, median price for properties. 53K is the median income. Very comparable, almost size-wise. It's a lot of times it's compared to Chicago, actually, and it kind of goes back and forth city-wise. So the property highlighting here on Carlton, 229. Oh my God, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, pretty decent sizing, 900. Paradise, folks, 97 out of 100. 100% riders. You've got all the transit right there. Nice little looking property. It's important to note also, right? You see here 6.09. That is going to be variable. Interest rates change. So I want to make sure you know. So let's go head to the final property. Drum roll. I bet you are completely shocked right now. Tempe, right? So technically, of course, Phoenix, as you can see here, we're talking about large urbanist cities. Phoenix isn't there. It's basically a parking lot. And don't come at me. I know Arizona folks will be upset. But outside of outside of Phoenix is the city of Tempe, where Arizona State is. You can see here, it's a great little property. Of course, elevated pricing, great transit. They're making really great strides. Local lines from Phoenix to Tempe and other neighboring cities like Scottsdale. $3,500 monthly is the price, but Tempe even has a whole kind of micro neighborhood of completely walkable. So they're making great strides, and of course they're going to need to incorporate more urbanist lifestyle options for folks. Chicago is riddled with crime and deep dish pizza.
We'll eat some Chicago deep dish pizza.
Okay, folks, only one of those things is actually true. Point being is Chicago should be on your urban relocation list. Unfortunately, a lot of folks are really underrating Chicago. And hey, listen, I might be biased, by the way. I am a City of Chicago Realtor, if you didn't know, with over 12 years experience of neighborhoods, which equal over 100, and there's 77 communities. So put Chicago on your bucket list. And if you want more information, very similar to my referral questionnaire, answer a couple of simple questions and fill out a time and date convenient for you for us to have a discussion. Now listen, you may not even know when you're going to have that relocation, but it has to always start with that conversation. So make that conversation, and I look forward to assisting you, hopefully, in an urban relocation to the wonderful city of Chicago.